Everyone, this is ZonoBRAH, and today we're gonna talk about the patch 6.4, I believe. Let's go. Alright, everyone, the patch 6.4 is out. It just came out this morning. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well, and the start of the season is going pretty good. Let's start off right now. We're gonna read the patch. If you don't know, if this is the first video you see, basically we read the patch together. We talk about how it's gonna impact esports, how is it gonna impact your games, and how is it gonna impact the game as a whole. So why don't we just get going, right? Alright, let's go. Arish. The charm no longer stop dashes and their tracks. Oh, this is really interesting. For example, like if a Lucian dash and you charm him, doesn't just stop the dash. This is a little nerf, but I will even put it in the bug fix. You know what? Because it was kind of OP and kind of too easy for Ari to place the burst. I mean, if Lucian dashed in, he just dashed and he deserved to be... No, I definitely see why they would do that. I don't think it would change a lot in LCS. We don't see a lot of Ari anyway. But I think it's kind of an interesting change. It's not a huge nerf. It's not a huge change when you think about it. But when you think... let's see what they say, actually. It has been strong for a long time. It's not hard to see why. Her mobility, damage, blah, 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 blah. CC is definitely neat. Ari, get out of this situation. Specifically, Ari intended to be a champion that uses superior damage and mobility to navigate deadly situations if she wants to emerge the victor. Instead, Ari also happens to have the best in and out of class stopping power to negate some of the biggest predictors with no real recourse. It's really interesting. Honestly, I think it's really interesting because you know when a Ranger just jumps on you and you manage to charm him, well, the dash doesn't work, so he can't gap close, for example. This is very OP and very frustrating for players against Ari. As you know, guys, if you watch my streams, if you don't, it doesn't matter. I love playing Ari, and I feel like every time that you stop a Ranger from jumping in, it's kind of OP. I seen videos where the charm from Ari was stopping Malphite ults. So I don't know. I know it's like the perfect timing, but it still needed to be changed. Let's move on now to Ashe. Ashe, who got a buff last time, right? If I remember, but yeah, the meta is still on the dashes, the mobility AC. We don't see any Jinx. We see a lot of Kalista, Israel, Graves, Lucian. Every ADC that have a burst, even Jhin. You know, Jhin doesn't have a dash, so we don't see her. I don't see her in low elo and diamond, on high elo and diamond, and I understand why. Like, there's a lot of damage from Jhin. I have to agree with that. But there's no dash, and the meta tells you to have dashes. It's so important. But let's see what they did to Ashe. So, the Q stacks falls off at 1 at a time. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. It means that you don't lose all the stacks right away. So, it's actually a really interesting up. And the Q duration increases. So, again, a buff for Ashe's. It's gonna help. This is gonna help her. Basically, the first part is gonna help her a lot in lane, because I feel like in team fight, well, your job is to constantly hitting, and you're not losing your stacks. But I guess if you do lose them, at least you don't lose all of them, so that's good. But this will definitely boost your laning side. I don't know what's happening. I have something in my throat. Whatever. Active duration, yeah, 4. Okay, that's good. That's good. If you have attack speeds. You don't you can do a lot of damage to a single target, so good changes, but still, as I said, the meta of ADC with dashes is just way too strong, and it's so risky to attack an Ashe. We saw CLG pick an Ashe, it worked out, but it's so dangerous. If you don't have anything, like I'm talking about like LCS, it could make sense, okay? You should organize a comp around an Ashe, and you need an ADC with engage, Ashe, Varus, all that is very interesting. But you as a solo queue player, I mean, if you're an LCS player, if you watch my videos, that's pretty odd. But if I assume you're a solo queue player or a normal game player, it's very hard to organize yourself with your team, right? With the chat and the pings. So I want to suggest you pick an Ashe as your ADC, just because it's too hard. It's too hard, and when you're behind in lane, it's very hard to have an impact in team fights. Even if you get the perfect arrows, you don't have a dash. Every mistakes you do, every positioning mistakes will be punished by death. So I wouldn't suggest you picking Ashe if you wanna claim. But yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and change. Now we are talking about another ADC that has a dash with the Caliber Net. So let's see what they did. The E. So the Caliber Net cooldown lowered. So no more dash. You can dash more often now. And the W headshot bonus changed from a percentage to a flat bonus. Okay, so let's talk about the Yordle Snap Trap. Okay, increased headshot damage on trap. Instead of being a percentage, it's flat. So I guess it has more impact in early game. Then they're increasing the impact in early game and lowering it in the late game. Although there is a ratio, an 80 ratio, so I guess it depends on your build. So I guess this is an up of the traps. And trap quality, Snap Trap now displays the area of effect range to Caitlyn. Okay, this is just a little bit more clarity for the players. That becomes a little bit more user-friendly, I will say. Let's now talk about the E, so the dashes. What Ashe doesn't have. So the cooldown is lowered in early game and the same in late game at 10 seconds. Usually with Caitlyn full build, you have something around 20% CDR. Or 15% CDR, 20%, like in this range of CDR. So you should have a dash every 8 to 7 seconds. So that's not bad. But this is really a change in the early game, so that should be interesting. Caitlyn that we don't see a lot in LCS. I'm pretty surprised because it's actually a pretty strong pick. But we'll see. Like she still has her crazy range, and she's still this bully in lane. But it's true that in late game she gets a little tired, I guess. Now let's talk about Israel. Israel, oh my God, Israel, we've seen you at every single. Who didn't have a game? Did you have a game? Tell me in the comment if you had a game with no Israel, like no ban, not picked. I've seen Israel so, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you why. Because Israel's so fun to play. Blue Israel is a ton of fun. Like honestly, I've never had so much fun in League of Legends as when I had to play a fed Blue Israel. Honestly. So they're okay, a little change on the R, the two-shot barrage, going from 80 to 120 seconds. Holy fuck, there's a huge difference. 40 seconds. I think I'm not gonna read all that, but basically I think that because you play Israel with 40% CDR and then your DPS is from your Q spell and like you do a lot of Q spell, and when you hit your Q spell, if you don't know Israel, if you're not familiar with this champion, but you lower your cooldown from of a spell for 1 second, right? Every time you touch, it's 1 second lower on a champion. Yeah. So basically, they're like Ezreal DPS was always this, and like you could basically ulti every 30 seconds. So now, like it says 120 seconds, but it's actually lower because you're gonna Q spell, you're gonna do a DPS, and it's actually so it's 120 at all ranks. Okay, so I guess in early games your ult will not be as useful. And you won't be having it as often, but at least in late game it won't be a huge part of your DPS. Honestly, Ezreal ult was too much. It's a good nerf. It's well deserved, but still you have your mobilities, you have your kiting potential with Iceborne Gauntlet. You shouldn't have to be worried about. I even heard that there was a change of Manamune that we're gonna see later. That's gonna be really interesting for Ezreal. So we're gonna see that later. Moving on to Fiora. Fiora, one of the top tier pick in the top lane. Still, I want to say, still very good pick. Very interesting changes. The rework has been well accepted by the community and by LCS players. So all good from Riot. All good. So here we have the riposte, one of the signature spell of Fiora. Cooldown going up. Okay. Wow, we're going for 24 seconds at first levels. As you know, W is not the spells you're gonna max first or even second. So basically, you're gonna stay with a 24 second cooldown riposte till level 13, 15. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you. But because there's a but, the E cooldown is going down and it starts after attack finish. Okay, so the cooldown starts. Okay, so it's like a balancing of the E. Cooldown is lowered, but it starts after the attack finish. Q spell from okay gameplay. The Q spell, the Q gold generation is down, maximum barrel down. So basically, you can have only 3 barrel at all time on the map instead of 5. We know that gameplay used to almost use barrels for vision now, because when you put it in the bush, it gives you vision on the given bush, etc. etc. The gold plumber, okay, so you get less gold at all levels for the parlay. And the cannon barrage are no longer increase the maximum number of barrel per round. Okay, so this is just this is related to this basically. Iloi. I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. Iloi is not immune to being displaced while in her cast animation. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. This is just a bug fix, I guess. Fixed, yeah. It's just a bug, basically. Jin. So Jin, guys, I want to know actually in the comment. Tell me what you think about Jin. I haven't played it so much. Her, I don't know. I haven't played him. I don't like it. Honestly, I don't like it. I don't think it's a fun gameplay, and I think the R is really odd. I don't know. I don't like it personally. But give me your incentive and opinion on the comment down below. I'm really interested in knowing, actually. You know what? I just really want to know your opinion. So she I don't know what to say. She or he? I don't know. Does this say he or she here so I can get a... Okay, whatever. The Virtuoso general movement speed is going higher, but it's still an ADC without a dash. Base health regeneration, no one gives a shit about this. It's very unnoticeable. This is even more unnoticeable. I guess it makes a difference level 18, but honestly, this is not a huge buff. It's just some balancing, I guess. Okay, updated recommended items. So okay. So Jin's fourth bullet will mini crit structure for 40. Okay, so now you can crit on okay, you can crit on towers, inhibitors, and nexus. All bonus will now apparently reduced by attack speed slow base attack. Okay, fix it. So this is just bug fix and fixing shit. W mark no longer falls off when Jin is casting Deadly Flourish. Okay. Fix like it's just fixed. There's no ratio. Precision is not considered single target versus champion. Blah blah blah. No. Okay. Well, whatever. The change is just bug fix, and they just putting single target versus champion. Okay. So it's just some bug fix. Basically, like this is the first patch that he's being changed after his release. So read this if you want, but honestly, just play Jin as you used to play it. This is not gonna matter a lot. Katarina now. The Q damage no longer falls off. The donation ratio up. So detonation is basically when so you know when you launch a Q with Katarina, you have like the blade on top of the minion or the champion, and the detonation is when you pop it with an E or W or ODR. And basically the detonation, so the extra damage you do, or auto attack also works. So the ratio of the damage, of the additional damage is going up, so that's good. But the damage is no longer reduced on targets beyond the first. The damage is no longer reduced on targets beyond... Okay, so that's good. So it means that everyone takes the same damage, and everyone takes the same detonation damage as well. So they're upping Katarina, I guess, laning phase. But Katarina is still very hard to play, because you need a perfect teamfight management. And lane is kind of boring in Katarina because you're a melee champion that is pretty squishy and you don't have a lot to build early on. So like you don't have a very well patterned early build basically. Not like another AP where you can do one Doran or two, then you can go for Catalyst Protector. If you don't want to go for Catalyst Protector, you can go for Nomerlord Nomicon. If you don't want to go for Nomerlord Nomicon, you can go for Unholy Affine. AP without mana don't have that much options, so that's why it's hard. That's why they do Abyssal, but Abyssal is kind of hard to build because you have Raven Megatron or the Magic Wand, and like it's very hard to build Katarina. But like this is gonna help her all throughout laning phase, so I think it's good. But we're not gonna see Katarina in the LCS anytime soon, even though I really want to, because that girl does the show. That girl does the show, and it's so impressive to see a player just having perfect management of her. Yeah. So Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, honestly, I've never seen it. I've never seen one. I've never seen one, and since the rework, I have never seen one. I heard it was really strong. I heard it was very fast attack. I've seen Reckless playing it in ULCS on the Fnatic team. It's really strong. It has high potential, but again, it's an ADC without a dash, and I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it because the thing is that one mistake, guys, one mistake. If there's a Malphite in front and there's one mistake, like you're like too separated from your team, you're not far back in the back lane, and you just die. You just die. And Kog'Maw's really squishy. So even though Kog'Maw has a lot of health at level 1, you're really squishy in team fight, and you do not have a dash, and your movement speed is not that high. So observe streamers playing it. Go watch the replays from Reckless. Really, he has a really interesting way of playing it. A very unique build. I've never seen a build like this on Kog'Maw before, with a lot of attack speed, obviously, being a mashing gun. And the thing is that it's really interesting how Reckless, who has been like a professional ADC for years now, is playing Kog'Maw, because the way you want to do it is that you want to position yourself in a way you don't have to move. You want to activate your W and just like mashing gun everyone. So you observe how he positions himself and how he does the DPS and how he does his job, and then you will understand how to play Kog'Maw, and then you could play Kog'Maw your own self. But honestly, if you want to clean me out of hell and you don't care about Kog'Maw and you don't want to have a pain in the ass, just like going through the laning phase, just don't play him. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And this is not going to change a lot. It's just a little bit of balancing, I guess. But you won't even notice it. Lishan now. Lishan was the most popular ADC with Ezreal, right? We see Ezreal, Lishan, Ezreal pretty much every game, if it's not like both, every game as well. So the R range is going down, the culling going from 1400 to 1200. I wouldn't do that if I were Riot. I would probably nerf the damage from the culling. I don't think the range is a huge problem. I don't realize what 200 is. 200 is I'm not too sure in the game what it represents, but it's definitely a spell that is worth nerfing. So I don't know, like a huge paragraph like this for just this. It's pretty interesting. Whatever. Just to go ahead and read if you guys want to know. Basically, Red explains the reason behind their changes, what were the intention while doing it, and why they want to do it. So it's really interesting to read it, but I'm not going to do that because you guys can do it at home. Malphite, interesting Malphite because it has been a pick that is coming back more and more to the top lane. Not in the jungle, just the top lane. And a very strong ulti, really strong engage, and let's see what they did to him. So the health regen is going down. Okay, wow, it's actually a lot. It's actually a lot. And the E damage is going down as well. Okay, so we are hurting his wave clear, which is not really nice. And okay, I guess yeah, but like Malphite is still valuable. I don't think this will make a huge difference, especially because in early you have almost the same amount of damage, and in late you lose 20, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have the debuff of attack speed and you can put it on the ADC, you did your job. If you can kill it, it's even better. The reason for that is that, well, Malphite now with Iceborne Gauntlet and the Solar Cape. How do you call this? The Solar Cape, I guess. And now that you do a lot of damage and like you do way more damage with the W when it's active, like I guess the nerf of the E makes sense. But as long as they don't touch the debuff, it's fine. It's fine. Alright. Now let's talk about Rumble. The E works on an AMO system. Oh yeah, I saw that. It was really interesting. I was looking through. I was at school today and I saw the patch through my phone, and I saw really interesting. It's really interesting what they did to Rumble. I don't see a lot of Rumble on solo queue. The last one I saw, I think it was Balls in the LCS, known for playing Rumble, and I would love to know his opinion about this. If you are a Rumble main yourself, even if you're in low, tell me what you think about this new system. I'm really curious. So basically what they did to the E is rather being a spells where you have 2 stacks, like two stuff to launch and then it goes on cooldown. They did an ammo system, right? Sorry for my voice, by the way. I'm kind of sick. I'm still sick, guys. So sorry if my voice is going like very in a high pitch, whatever. So basically, the electro harpoon is going on a stack system. So now you get 1 charge per 5 seconds. Every charge gives you 10 heat, and the slow duration is going down. So they upped it and then they nerf it again. If Rumble overheats using Electro Harpoon, he will be able to fire while silenced as long as he has 1 stack. Same as live. Okay, that's really interesting. But I really want to know... Okay, I'm going to give you my opinion. I think it's really good. I think it's really good because sometimes you just want to last it with your E, right? And you have to throw the other E somewhere. And sometimes you touch a minion and it makes your wave push and you don't want that. Sometimes like it just allows you to farm with your E without waiting for the cooldown and cooldown and cooldown. So I think it's going to help a lot of Rumble lane, especially at the first levels where it's kind of boring and you have to farm with your E, especially when you play against like a Rise or something that's very aggressive in line. But yeah, I feel it's going to be really interesting. Let me know in the comment below. I would love to know your opinion if you're a Rumble player, even if you're not a Rumble player. But I think this is a very interesting... I've had it... Like, now I think about it, it should have been like this since the beginning, because the E before was just badly designed by Riot. But yeah. Rise now, the Q damage is up. What? The Q damage is up, guys. What the hell? So Rise is getting up, guys. Overload for the StarCraft player. Overload going up from 40 base damage in the late game. That's absolutely insane, especially because Rise scales really well. Sorry about that, guys. And okay, so I guess they're decided to up Rise. We'll see how people so I guess it's coming back to the LCS because this is really significant. 40 base damage in that game, especially when you throw it like so many times. Okay, why not? Shen I haven't seen a lot. I've seen it at the launch. I've seen Shen once playing jungle and against me, and if you were there in stream, he absolutely carried the game alone, like alone. Whatever. So they're changing the dash. Oh yeah, I saw that. Now you can taunt the Rift Sculptor and the minions. The monster. Oh no, I guess it's the monsters. Oh, now I think monsters. I don't know about minions. I'm sorry. So now you can taunt the blue. You can taunt the red. That's fun. That's a huge change. Thank you, Rat. Let's see what they do. Jungle Shen having a disproportionately harder time finding success than his support and top lane Shen cousins. So we are adding damage to his early clear and allowing him to control certain passive fresh weather. Oh, okay. Never mind, guys. I'm so stupid. So basically, that's gonna help him clear the jungle faster, basically. So that's interesting. I'm sorry. My bad. Alright, Sivir. Oh my god, so much changes on ADCs, man. Wow, but so much meaningless. Like for now, like they just nerfed Ezreal and a little bit of Lich Sin's ultimate, but nothing like amazing. So let's see how they change Sivir. The bounces down crits. Okay, great. Sivir late game, buonissima. Sivir late game. Okay, you're gonna tell me what happened to ZonoBRAH, man? You say that it sucks when you don't have a dash. Well, sir. Let me tell you that Sivir is an outlier in this case because you have a free Banshee on your E-spell and you have an R that makes you very fast. So you don't have a dash, but you're very mobile, so it doesn't matter. But let me tell you that if in late game you crit on your ricochet, holy moly, your damage is going to be immense. So, and it's not even, it's a full-on crit, right? So if you have IE, 150% of your damage, holy moly. Well, 250% of the damage, right? Tamkin's getting nerfed. Tamkin's absolutely full ban under the 6.3 patch. Like, even starting the 6.2 patch. Just absolutely insane. So, is there a mosquito in my room? Okay, never mind. Okay, the Q width is going down, so the tongue, like the width is going down. The R has a brief delay before recast and takes the same amount of time to travel. Okay, so just they're nerfing the Q spell. That's the most important thing. The R, right now I feel the R from Tamkinch is not well used by solo queue player. We're getting there in the LCS. People start to have a lot of mechanical facility, just easiness to set up dives, for example, or whatever, especially with Tamkinch top. And it's really good to invade the jungle, for example, but like I don't see it very well used in solo queue. It's more a way that Tamkinch do to get in lane faster, basically. UDR, it's okay. So this, I'm not a UDR player. UDR people have they have their own community, man. They have their own social medias. I even heard they have their own meetings, guys. Like UDR players just meet between each other. And they're like, hey man, you play UDR? Yeah, I play UDR. Yeah, me too, I play UDR. What's up, man? They all play UDR. Like, I feel UDR players are very close people. Like, I've never met a UDR player in my life. I'm just kidding, guys. I just feel like this, like the people who play UDR are not the people who want to discover UDR. They're people who play UDR for years now, and this is just the only one to play UDR. Whatever. So the turtle stance, shield amount is going down. It's going down to insignificant amount, I guess. But it's good. It's good, especially in the game where the shield was just too annoying. UD are getting a lot of CDR in the build and just constant shielding. It was very hard to manage. UD is very hard to kill, and I feel like this is making a lot of sense. The unhit damage of the Phoenix Stance is also going down by 20, 15, 10. Okay, just going down to 20 at the final rank. I'm saying this because this is the spell you will max. If you're R UDR player or Q spell UDR player. Okay, so maybe people will go to Tiger Stance now. We'll see. I'm not a UDR player again. We don't see UDR ever in the LCS. I don't know why actually, but it's very like, yeah, it's very insignificant. Maybe the UDR player will tell us on the comment down below. But maybe you should consider playing Q spell Israel first, UDR first with the Tiger Stance. Victor, a mid laner. Oh my god, this is the second mid laner we've talked about since Airy. Like the first one was Airy, and now we talk about Victor. A little death in his ray. Nice phrase right there. So you have less damage on your E guys, especially in late game where you lose 20. At least like everyone is losing 20 base damage in late game. It's crazy. So if like everything going down, then there's gonna be no change basically. But at least you still get your early power in lane, but you quickly lose a lot of base damage. I guess it's fine, honestly. Like it's not gonna be the end of the world. Victor is still a very valuable pick that we see both in LCS and in solo queue. I love playing Victor. I think it's very cool. You're an absolute bully in lane, so go ahead and play it, guys. Don't worry about this too much. Xing Zhao being absolutely nuts ever since the patch 6.2. I mean, Riot has no idea how to control this guy. Like, no idea. Every time they try to buff, he's overpowered. Every time they try to nerf or balance, he's just out of the way. Forgotten forever, basically. That's pretty funny. So the heal ratio, so this is changes on the W. The W, there's a passive and an active spell, right? So the heal ratio is going from 0.7 to 0.4, basically. AP ratio, okay, so AP ratio and attack speed lowered, basically. And the actives gives you a lower attack speed. Fine. Now we're done with the champion, guys. We're gonna go over the items. We're gonna go over the items with Boots of Swiftness to start up. Taking a little nerf on the movement speed. I guess it's well deserved. We've talked so much about this already, I feel, but if this is the first video of me you watch, Boost of Genius is very OP because of the low price and the high, just the high mobility that it gives you, especially with Alacrity buff. If you're a TF player, if you're a UDR player, holy fuck, this is so effective. So still buy it. I'm saying still buy it. 5 is not gonna make a huge difference. It will make a huge difference because you get like a percentage movement speed 3 items, but honestly, still. Oh, I had a hiccup now. Great for recording. But yeah, you get the point. 5 is not gonna do a huge difference, but it's still a well-deserved nerf for those boots who are way too cost-effective. Mercury Trace, more tenacity. Yes, 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 yes. Now the Mercury Trace. Now we're talking, Riot. Now we are talking. Mercury Treads, gaining 10% tenacity. Mercury Treads were so shit, man. It's so expensive. And they were shitty and expensive, like the Yeezys. No, I'm just kidding. But like, honestly, like, holy fuck, this is so. Like, this is so explanatory. Like, you have so many CC in today's meta. All the top tiers jungles, all the top tiers mid laners, top and support have so much CC that if you're an ADC player, you must agree with me. It's impossible, man. It's impossible. Mercury Treads is finally cost effective. I guess a cost effective item. Just go buy it now. If it's too much CC, just buy it now. It's worth it. Manamune. Oh, okay. Now we're going to the good deal. This is the good thing about this patch. Manamune a little up. You're getting more mana every 8 seconds. You're getting just plus 1 mana every 8 seconds. So we want you to stack. We want you to transform your Manamune into a Muramana faster, but Muramana is no longer an active, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Muramana is no longer an active. You don't have to activate it or deactivate it. It goes by itself. So it's no longer a toggle. Now always consumes mana to deal damage, but only when fighting champions. This is so... No, dramatic slow clap. Alright, honestly, really well done, Riot. Well done. Like, if you're a Riot employee and you watch my video, first of all, hey, what's up, man? How are you? But second, fuck yes, man. Fuck yes. You guys understand what is up, man. Whew. Alright, so basically you have a new passive. Shock. Single target spells or basic attacks on champion consume 3% of your current mana and deal twice that as bonus physical damage. Bonissima. This effect only triggers when you have more than 20% maximum mana. God damn. No, I don't have any more to say. This is the best item in the world. Build it on everything. No, I'm just kidding. But it's really good that it's not a toggle. Just because low elo players, first of all, don't have the habit of activating it, and it's just a smarter design. It's just smarter. It's just fighting a champion. It works on champion. And it's just unactivated when you have 20% of maximum mana. Now I feel that now they did this, they should do Rat should create another item like the X Witsend, who like if you were not a beta or a season 1 player, Witsend used to be an item for Bruiser, and it burned the mana of the guy you attacked in percentage. And I feel like having those items. What was that? Okay, no, never mind. Something from outside. But basically, having those items could be very interesting now that the Muramana is like this, because basically, Muramana goes off when you have 20%, less than 20% maximum of your mana. So change on the Runic Ecos, the enchantment, the movement speed is going down from 10% to 7%. It makes sense, honestly. It was too OP, especially on Elise Fiddlesticks. It was just too freaking strong. The movement speed of like Elise just showing up in your lane like this super fast, putting an easy cocoon on your face, and you were basically dead. This makes a lot of sense, but I hope they did it for other items. Apparently they did not. That's pretty interesting though. It's just for this one. Iceborne Gauntlet. Iceborne Gauntlet going to a nerf, I guess. So the size is lowered. So the circle, the size is lowered, I guess. Slow no longer lingers after leaving the icy ground. Okay. Ratio, size ratio. The size ratio? What does it mean? Bonus armor? Okay, base size. Oh, okay. So the diameter is going down from 10, so it's gonna be a little bit smaller. Okay, and the armor ratio is going up. Okay, that's good. Stera gauge, one of the most interesting item. I think it's one of the with the deadman plates and Stera gauge are the most interesting item of the patch of this new season. I think it's really interesting. It adds a lot to the game, and I think it's pretty cool from Riot. So the health is going down from 500 to 400, and the build path is changing. So now you have to build longsword, Jeering Feast, and so you have to build more gold, and instead of a ruby crystal, you build a longsword. Okay, but you don't get more ID, and the total cost is unchanged. Titan Hydra and Ravenous Hydra. Okay, so Hydra can no longer be swapped into one another. Oh, that's so bad though. That's too bad. I thought it was interesting that you could change from Titan Hydra to Ravenous Hydra whenever you wanted, whenever you were in the shop area. God damn it. Finally I said it. Warlord's Bloodlust is getting a new stuff. It now gives lifesteal. It gives you lifestyle, guys. It gives you lifesteal based on your missing health. Damn, that's good. Attacks on champion gets increasingly more based on your missing health. Half effect versus minion. Damn, it's really good, man. I think it's a really interesting change. I'm probably gonna build it now with my ADCs. Like if you have an ADC that needs sustain, like ADC that doesn't have any, like ADC that has problems in laning phase, for example, that could be interesting. And they have a new item. Oh no, this is a new mastery basically in the ferocity tier. Exposed weakness. I thought it was really interesting. Damaging enemy champion causes them to take 3% increased damage from your allies. Very interesting points to take with like Malphite. Very high tank like Ramus. Malphite. Udyr, for example. That could be interesting. That could be an interesting point. They don't tell. Oh, it's tier 1. Is it tier 1 means it's in the first lane? I don't know. I'm not sure what this means, but we'll see. It's really interesting. So I think this is it, guys. Let me see if we have anything else. Summoner's Rift, blah blah blah. This is the tooltip. No, the first wave can be obstructed. So the first wave of minion ignore on the way to lane. Okay, so you can't now mess around with the minion. You can't crit block like Dota players try to do. Dominion, you'll get your bullshit icon. Great. New champ select. Whatever this is. Bug fix and upcoming skins. So you have a Blood Moon Kennen, which doesn't look like a Kennen, and you have a Blood Moon Yasuo for you guys. Yasuo, but Kennen is very interesting. I want to play Kennen now. This makes me want to play Kennen. I think it's really interesting. It's so cute. Allows you to carry pretty much on your own your team. It's very powerful. But I don't know, it's not in the meta. I feel like the meta doesn't require an additional AP damage. Okay, so we went over the 6.4 patch note, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you guys know the drill. Thumbs up, whatever, comment, share, do all that. Yeah, honestly, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out learnall.com for educational content. This was a patch rundown. If you guys want me to talk about any specific point of the patch, let me know. I could do another video with pleasure. But I hope you guys liked it, and I hope to see you for a next video. Go ahead and go to learnall.com. That's a new project for me with like the people from the community, and it will make us very happy if you go check it out and share some content and learn some things. If you have any feedbacks, please post a comment below. If you want me to talk about, if you want me to do videos about something, if you have any ideas, if you have any recommendations for me, please let me know in the comment down below or on Twitter, Facebook, and yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and well, win and solo queue, please. Climb, okay? No. All right. Ciao, guys. Take care.